The power of photography. Level B1. Intermediate. Photography is more than just pressing a button. It's a way to capture time, emotions, and stories in a single frame. For more than 100 years, people have used photography to remember, to express, and to understand the world around them. Every photograph, whether it's a family picture, a travel photo, or a work of art, carries a small piece of life inside it. When photography first appeared in the 19th century, people were amazed. For the first time in history, they could see themselves exactly as they were, not through painting or memory, but through light itself. Early cameras were slow and heavy, but even then, photographs had a kind of magic. They made moments last forever. At first, photography was used mostly for portraits. Families would dress up and visit a studio to have their picture taken. It was a serious event. People often didn't smile because they had to stand still for many seconds. But soon, photography started to move outside studios. Adventurers, scientists, and travelers began using cameras to document the world. They photographed mountains, cities, wars, and wildlife. For many people, these photos were their first glimpse of faraway places. The language of light. What makes photography so powerful is its language, the language of light. Light shapes everything in a photograph. It can make an ordinary object look beautiful or mysterious. A sunset shining through the trees, a reflection in a puddle, or a face lit by a single lamp. Each can tell a story without words. Unlike spoken language, photography speaks directly to emotions. A single image can make you feel happiness, nostalgia, sadness, or hope. You don't need to understand a specific language to feel what a photo means. It's universal. That's why photography connects people from different cultures and countries. Photography and memory. Another power of photography is memory. Our lives are full of moments that pass quickly. Birthdays, trips, or even a simple walk on a rainy day. Photos help us remember them. When you look at an old picture, you can almost travel back in time. You can recall how you felt, what the air smelled like, and what music was playing. Psychologists say that photos help us build our personal story. When we take pictures, we choose what matters to us, our friends, family, hobbies, or dreams. In a way, our photo albums become visual diaries. They show who we are and who we want to be. But memory in photography is not always personal. Some photographs remind humanity of things we should never forget, like the pain of war or the fight for human rights. Famous historical photographs, such as the image of a soldier raising a flag or a crowd celebrating peace, can move entire generations. They turn moments into symbols. Art through the lens. Photography is also a form of art. Like painting or music, it allows people to express their feelings and ideas. A photographer can show the world not just as it is, but as they see it, full of emotions, imagination, and meaning. Some artists use photography to ask questions. What is beauty? What is reality? How do we see the truth? By changing light, perspective, and focus, they invite us to look deeper. Even a simple object, a cup of coffee, a hand, a shadow, can become poetic in the right hands. Modern technology has made photography easier than ever. With smartphones, almost everyone can be a photographer. Every day, billions of pictures are taken and shared on social media. People capture their meals, travels, and daily lives. Some say this makes photography less special, but others believe it makes the world more connected. After all, Every image, even a quick selfie, tells a small story of human life. A world without borders. Photography also changes how we understand other people. A photo from a different country can make us curious, empathetic, or inspired. We can see the smiles of children in distant villages, the beauty of natural landscapes, or the sadness of those who suffer. It opens our eyes. Photojournalism, in particular, plays a big role in this. News photographers show us what's happening around the world, not through words, but through images. A single photo from a natural disaster or a protest can make millions of people care, help, and act. That's the moral power of photography, the ability to awaken compassion. The digital revolution. The rise of digital photography changed everything. No longer limited by film or cost, photographers could experiment freely. They could take hundreds of shots, edit them instantly, and share them with the world in seconds. Platforms like Instagram, Flickr, and Pinterest turned photography into a global conversation. Digital tools also gave photographers new ways to express themselves. Filters, color correction, and composition techniques can turn an ordinary photo into art. Some artists even mix photography with digital painting or 3D elements, creating surreal worlds. Still, one question remains. With so many images around us, do we still see them? Or have we become blind to the beauty of moments because they pass too quickly on our screens? Many artists today explore this idea. They remind us to slow down, to look, and to feel. Photography is not only about capturing moments, it is also about creating emotions. A good photograph can make people smile, cry, or think deeply. For example, a photo of a child laughing can make others feel happy and warm. A picture of a forest fire can make people realize how important it is to protect the environment. Photography can touch the heart in ways that words sometimes cannot. In our modern world, photographs are everywhere. We see them on social media, in advertisements, on billboards, and even in news reports. Every day, billions of photos are uploaded online. People share their meals, pets, travels, and special moments with others around the world. Through photography, we can see how people live in different cultures and countries. It brings us closer together and helps us understand each other better. Photography also plays a big role in history. Before cameras existed, people had to rely on paintings or written descriptions to know what something looked like. But when photography was invented, it became possible to record real events exactly as they happened. Thanks to old photographs, we can see what cities, people, and wars looked like long ago. These images help us learn about our past and remember it. Another amazing thing about photography is that anyone can do it. You don't need to be a professional to take a beautiful picture. With modern smartphones, people can easily capture moments in high quality. Of course, professional photographers spend years learning how to use light, color, and composition to make their photos stand out. But even beginners can express their feelings through simple photos: a sunset, a smiling friend, or a rainy street. There are many different kinds of photography. Some photographers focus on nature, capturing landscapes, mountains, oceans, and animals. Others prefer portraits, taking pictures of people's faces and emotions. There is also street photography, which shows life as it happens in cities and towns. Fashion photographers create stylish images for magazines and designers. Each type of photography tells its own story and requires a special way of seeing the world. Photography can also be a powerful tool for change. Photojournalists often risk their lives to show the truth about wars, poverty, or injustice. Their photos can open people's eyes and inspire them to take action. For example, famous war photographs have changed how the world views conflict and human suffering. A single image can sometimes do more than 1,000 words to make people care. In art, photography has found its special place. Many photographers are considered artists because they don't just capture reality, they create it. They use color, light, and perspective to tell stories or express emotions. Some even combine photography with digital editing to make surreal or imaginative worlds. Through their work, they invite viewers to see life from a new angle. Photography also helps people develop creativity. When you look through a camera lens, you start noticing small details that you might normally miss: the pattern of shadows on a wall, the reflection in a puddle, or the way sunlight touches leaves. Taking pictures encourages you to observe, think, and imagine. It teaches patience and helps you see beauty in everyday things. Besides being creative, photography can be relaxing and therapeutic. Many people use it as a hobby to escape from stress. Walking around with a camera gives them a chance to slow down, explore, and focus on the present moment. It can be a form of mindfulness, a way to connect with the world and yourself. Finally, photography connects generations. Old family photos are precious memories that pass from parents to children. They remind us of our roots and loved ones. Looking at an old picture can make us feel close to someone who is far away or no longer alive. In this way, photography helps us keep our personal history alive. In conclusion, photography is much more than just taking pictures. It is a language that everyone can understand, a universal way to share emotions, stories, and beauty. It records our world, inspires creativity, and connects people across time and space. Whether used for art, journalism, or simple joy, photography will always have the power to move hearts and change how we see life.